Roxo Media House.
TCU down by one. Nelson can't put him up by one. He got his own miss.
Welcome to State of the Frauds with Jamie Dixon. I'm your host, Bingo Merriex, brought to you by our friends from Audubon Porsche. Good to have you today, Coach. We're going to, start out talking about, the last few games we played against Baylor and Texas Tech. Talking about Baylor going on the road against number 15 Baylor, doing a great job on the road, getting a road win. Can you talk about that for us a little bit?
Yeah, offensively we were good, and defensively we knew we were facing a very good offensive team, very balanced, shoot the ball, score inside. They got rim runners and rim rollers, and two of them. So it was a challenge, no question about it. We got a little bit of a deficit, but we battled back, had our chances, thought we had it won, didn't get it done, and then fought back again. So, just showed a lot of grit, a lot of togetherness, a lot of depth, a lot of execution down the stretch, and certainly a great win in a hostile atmosphere.
You talk about the grit and just the execution, which I did a great job of, your team did. Baylor is known for making a lot of threes, and you limit them to 5 threes in that game.
Yeah, I mean, offensive number, we're good for them. We want to defend better, but our main goal was to take away the 3. We held them to 5, which was our number, and especially when you consider it was a triple overtime game, that's where we wanted to be. Too many layups. That's been a challenge for us defensively, but we are playing against the best offensive teams in the country, so there's that to be considered as well. We've got to get better at that end. We understand that offensively we are much improved. The spacing, the execution, the understanding is there now, and we've got to sustain that while also improving our defense.
Improving the defense, and it was a triple overtime game that just shows the physical toughness of the team and just the condition of how your practice, and just Gary Christopher in your strength conditioning coach as well.
Well, I mean, he's done a great job with us. He was added last year, 2 years ago, I guess, and but E-Man played 52 minutes. I mean, I think we needed every minute of it, but we've got great depth too, and I think that's what makes us maybe different than some other teams as we go. Jacoby's back in, I think, full form here now, and it's in the it's hard to get healthy in the middle of Houston, Baylor, Texas Tech, and the likes. But I think it gives us a better team. Certainly, and defensively, we can continue to improve on some things. But yeah, practice makes us better for games. Games, going through those kind of games there and winning is a confidence booster. But we still understand that we got to still understand that defense is where it needs to be done.
Right. Then we transfer into the Texas Tech game. Played against them as well. They came into TCU, into Showmire Arena, and it was a great game, great atmosphere, and shot the ball well against Texas Tech.
Yeah, we did. We won on offense again, put it quite mildly. We've got to get it more done on the defense end, but we did out-rebound them by a good margin. That was huge, and we took care of the basketball. So, you add those extra 7, those extra 4 on the turnovers that they had. That's 11 possessions. You should win that game. And even though they hit a number of threes, some tough ones, and some breakdowns defensively on our part that we've got to improve on. But those 11 extra possessions are huge, and that's what we try to win games on: extra possessions.
With the extra possessions, and you also did a great job. One of the keys that you try to use for your team is to TCU made 24 free throws, and Texas Tech only attempted 14, and that's one of the keys as well.
That's one of our goals. We want to get to the line, and we haven't done quite as good a job as that, especially on the road. We've got to do that, and we want to be aggressive yet not foul on the defensive end. And it comes with part of those things as paint touches offensively for us. And defensively, we want to keep the ball out of the paint, contain penetration, limit post touches, and use the double teams when necessary. So, we're working on that to get better. We've changed, we've added to some defense, playing a little bit more variety defensively, and I think that can help us too. But certainly getting to the foul line is huge. We have a good free throw shooting team. As I say, You remember the misses, but we did shoot 75% in the game against Tech, and so that was a good number. And we're a team that shoots it well. We're almost at 75% on the year.
And so you're doing a great job in that. So that's been Coach Dixon. So when we return, we'll have a student question for Coach Dixon when State of the Frogs continue. I'm your host, Bingo Merriex.
Energy does everything for us. It's all-encompassing.
We're all benefiting and affected from it.
And it is something that we all need to know about.
It is the glue that holds everything together.
TCU is powering what matters, our future.
We don't just talk about what's needed, we focus on results.
The Ralph Lowe Energy Institute is creating a world where energy is affordable, sustainable, and reliable.
Back here on State of the Frogs with Coach Jamie Dixon. I'm your host, Bingo Merriex. And we have a student question from Tatum and Mia.
I'm Tatum.
And I'm Mia.
I'm from California and I'm a fashion major.
And I'm from Arizona and I'm a criminal justice major.
Coach Dixon, we have a question for you.
What was your most challenging class when you were a student at TCU?
Well, Tatum and Mia, that's an interesting question, but I'll have to go with it was the financial management course taught by Professor Lipscomb. That's the one that was the toughest. It actually turned me into coaching, so that's how tough it was. All right.
So what was your major, Coach?
I was a business finance major, and but I always knew I was going to coach. So I guess I made that choice to do that because I like numbers and I like the statistics course. I had two. So I liked a lot of stuff. I use a lot, I think, today in analytics, and I think sometimes I was using it more before analytics before it became in vogue in college sports and basketball and the professional sports for that matter.
So if you had to take the class today, do you think it would be as difficult as it was, if it was difficult back then?
I'd probably have the same. I'd probably tend to start drawing up plays and during class instead of drawing up supply and demand curves. So that would be probably my interest still lies in what I'm doing now.
And does any of your players, their majors, any of them finance or business that you may know of?
Yeah, we've had a few of them. I know Tyler is one of the best students over there in the business school. They rave about him and what he's done. But we've had a number of guys graduate from the business school as well. And one of our graduate assistants is working on his MBA over there as well, Alex. So. It's good, but you have to remember I was in the old little building. I didn't have all the new stuff they got now.
They do have a lot of new stuff around here, and so we'd like to thank you, Tatum and Mia, for that. And when we come back, we will talk with point guard Jameer Nelson Jr. when State of the Frogs continue. Brought to you by Audubon Porsche.
We're lucky to have a collective that's as strong and as powerful as the Flying T Club. It's a big deal for us. It is a game changer. I would just encourage any fans out there to support it. Everyone asks me, what's the biggest priority? And I say, NIL is big. Please jump on board, show these student athletes how much they mean to you. The thing about NIL is I think there's a right and a wrong way to do it, and the Flying T Clubs do it the right way. Let's keep winning. Join the Flying T Club today.
We'd like to thank Tatum and Mia for that student question. And we're back with State of the Frogs. We have Jameer Nelson Jr. here with us, and we're going to talk a little bit about, your last few games. In the Baylor game, you played a great game, 30 points, triple overtime. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
I was just, I felt like I was just ready. They always just told me to stay ready, and I played extended minutes, so I felt like I had to deliver a little bit, and my teammates were fond of me when they found out I was a little hot. So it was definitely great to be a part of that game for sure.
So when you talk about the extended minutes, how was your physical shape? I mean, you look great out there, with Gary Christopher. We kind of talked a little bit about him. How does your shape feel when you play those type of minutes?
It was definitely different because I played more than a regular game time in terms of minutes. But I think Gary definitely prepares us well, especially like the lower body and core and stuff like that. I was definitely tired, but the work we put in the off season and stuff like that definitely helped out.
And so then we transition into the Texas Tech game. Does that take a toll on your body as well? Did a quick turnaround and then playing against Texas Tech?
I think so for sure. I think just because of it was 3 overtimes, but it was just a lot going into it and stuff like that. So everybody just mentally tired and physically tired, and But I think we all just kind of just picked each other up, and we knew where everybody else was at. I knew E-Man was tired, and Ernest is tired, and they know I'm tired, so we just got to just pick each other up.
Okay, so then you talk about, being the floor general out there. How do you pick and choose when, okay, Jameer, I'm going to score, I'm going to get more involved? Do you just kind of read the game? How do you read the game when you're playing like that?
That's one thing I feel like I've gotten better with since I've gotten here, just with playing with so many good players. I feel like for the most part, it's easy to know when it's your time to go and when not to go. I feel like games like a game like Texas Tech is way easier to know because Trey and Micah were just flowing and they were scoring, so we just know we got to get them the ball. And some days it's stagnant, and some days I might need to just go get fouled or go get to a bucket. So it's just it's tough sometimes, but it's the game. It's the game.
And then going into the Texas game on Saturday, what can we expect as far as Texas, 3-game losing streak coming in hungry? What can we expect from the team on Saturday?
The Big 12 is incredible just because, we have the opportunity to play Texas coming off of being 3-5. They're going to be super hungry, probably going to be coming in super physical. And I'm sure their coach is going to have them super sharp. And, I know they don't want to take that 6th loss, and we don't want to take our 4th. So, yeah, it's gonna be a great battle.
Okay, man. But last question, real quick, man. I gotta ask you: was I that bad of a judge in the dunk contest, man?
What you mean? What you mean? I mean, I did push off a little bit, but I mean, I feel like I'm the smallest, so I gotta have the most tricks and the most athleticism. So like, you did right. You did right.
All right, man. Cool, man. We appreciate you having good luck on Saturday against Texas Tech, man. And we'll be back when State of the Frost continue. I'm your host, Bingo Merriex.
Simply the best barbecue in Fort Worth. Dine in, catering, or drive-through. 2900 Montgomery, just off I-30. Remember, the best barbecue in Fort Worth is at Railhead Smokehouse.
Back on State of the Frost with Jamie Dixon. We'd like to thank Jameer Nelson Jr. for talking with us. Coach, now we're going to take a preview coming up Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Big game again. The Big 12 play doesn't stop. What can we expect from, been playing and going into Texas? Sold out game, so it should be electrifying.
Well, yeah, we have to obviously have a great crowd. I mean, students are in town, obviously, in classes and hopefully going to the classes. But we have to have a great atmosphere. Obviously, we're sold out. We run into the challenges of Christmas time when not as many students around. But this is the time, and Texas is obviously a rival. We won't be playing them again in the future, as we know. So it's big. They're big. Their DISU is their challenge, inside and out. More outside, I think, is the concern for us. And then their guards are experienced. They're 50-year guys in Admis, and then Hunter's played a lot of basketball in the Big 12. So certainly a team that can score in bunches, defensively very aggressive, have a lot of bodies. And, Texas is, they've got guys from all over the country. But it's certainly a game that we have to win. We have to win with defense, as I've been stating, and we got to take care of the basketball.
And you talk about it's a must-win game, and you talk about the home games, winning on the winning in Big 12.
Yeah.
TCU has done a great job of, getting road wins as well. I think, having 4 road wins is the most in the conference right now.
Yeah, no, and they're hard to come by, as everybody said and seen, and this is the league. I mean, you can say what we want, but it's great to be in the Big 12. It's the best basketball conference in the country. Just talking to the Big East, the Big 12 commissioner, and he's a Big East guy that recognizes that it's become the best conference in the country, and it's something we should the fans should just recognize. We got an exciting team here, and they play hard. They play fast breaking basketball. We lead the country in fast breaks. We're playing the best conference in the country. Right. It should be sold out, and it is, and we're sold out. We need to have the atmosphere that we're playing in, because that Baylor atmosphere, the Cincinnati atmosphere, Oklahoma, it is unbelievable. And that's what you face in Big 12 basketball. They really care. This league cares about basketball, and they put the resources into it. They value it. They have great histories in baskall, and it's important to them. And we need to have this place packed, and from the start, all the way through.
You heard it from Coach. We need the place packed. So good luck on the game on Saturday against Texas. And this has been another edition of State of the Frogs, brought to you in part by our friends in Audubon Porsche. I've been your host, Bingo Merriex.
Roxo Media House.